Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs and moving averages, today's support, resistance, and pivot levels, and the Fibonacci's. It is Sunday, the 22nd of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks. It's been a mixed start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 48,948. Take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 49,677. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Bitcoin to break out from 49,500 levels, barring an extended rally on the day. Expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 49,788 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, you should see Bitcoin target the 23.6% fib at 5473 and the second major resistance level at 5517. A fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 48,108 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 47s. Second major support level at 47,379 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, suggesting downside ahead. So look out for direction there. More significantly, however, on the MAs, the 50 has pulled further away from the 100 and the 200, though it is beginning to flatten. So need to monitor that through the morning as well. So key through the early part of the day would be to now move back through the pivot at 48,948 and back through to 49,500 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, and support levels will come into play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, it's been a mixed morning. Going to need to see Ethereum move back through the pivot at 3248 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 3290. We'll need support from the broader market, however, to break out from this morning's high. That was at 3252.83. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 3000 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see the Ethereum target the 23.6% fib at 3369 before any pullback. The second major resistance level sits at 3352. Failure to move back through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 3186 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 3100 levels. Second major support level at 3144 should limit the downside. At MACDs, slight narrowing of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, but nothing suggestive of a bullish cross coming ahead. So keep an eye on that through the early part of the day. On the EMAs, 50s flattened on the 100 and the 200. So also need to monitor that. Any narrowing on the 100 would pressure Ethereum. So key through the early part of the day, move back through the pivot at 3248 and through the morning high 3252.83 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will come into play. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 180 to take another run at the first major resistance level at 184. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Litecoin to break back through to 183 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and morning high 184.3 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin target 190 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 188. A fallback through the pivot will bring the 23.6% fib at 178 and the first major resistance level at 176 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 170s. Second major support level 173 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, marked narrowing of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, looking like a possible bullish cross coming up, so keep an eye out for that. On the EMAs, after flattening, the 50 has begun to pull away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key through the early part of the day, avoid fallback through the pivot at 180, move back through to 183 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will come into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, also relatively positive start. Going to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 123.47 to bring the first major resistance level at 1.2645 into play. Support from the broader market will be needed for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1.25 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 1.28261 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP test resistance at the second major resistance level at 1.3125 before any pullback. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 1.1868 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid the second major support level at 1.1569. Looking at the MACDs, slight narrowing of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, but no signs of an imminent bullish cross, so keep an eye on that through the morning. On the EMAs, 50 has flattened and narrowed marginally on the 100 and the 200, suggesting possible downside ahead, so keep an eye out for that. Any further narrowing likely to pressure Ripple's XRP. So key would be to move through the pivot at 1.2347 back through to 1.25 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, the support levels will be in play.